Okay, so I'm in a chat room with a newbie trader, and the guy's saying all this stuff. I just wanted to go through it because he wants me to answer him. So I'm going to answer in this video because I really can't tolerate people saying, "Well, you said to do this and you said to do that and you said." I'm not looking for people to copy everything I'm doing. I told people so many times, you have to have. Are you a scalper? Are you a swing trader? Who are you? The who asked that question, right? And so, can you tolerate being in a drawdown? All sorts of questions, And this is what a swing trader has to endure a drawdown. So, or it keeps adding to a loser, so to speak. Now, all the things you're told not to do, right? So this guy, he's on this chat room here. We invite him in, and he's just completely like, I don't think he's just trolling me. Now I talked to the guy before. I'm either thinking low IQ or just passive aggressive, right to the fucking nth degree, like some psycho babe. Well, you said you liked candy, so I bought you a bunch of candy. Like just thinking out of just kind of wheeling around like a complete goof, right? Just like a guy, like, I thought you said that you like wheelchairs. Yeah, I don't want to be in one, right? I design them, right? Whatever this is, but I'm just can't take it. So I'm going to read the comments of the mindset of a newbie trader, right? Newbie mindset. So it starts off this morning. And so this is what he says. This is the classic Calvinist. And, this is funny because the guy says, "Oh, I like your videos and everything." He amazingly I think he might be German because he picked up on the Hitler trade. And I try to stress in every video, this is what I'm doing. This is a demo. You can see whether I'm winning or losing. You can see all my blown up accounts on demo where I'm testing scripts. It's completely different than if you're trading with real money. So I tell people, trade a fucking demo for fucking God's fucking sake already. Stop it with this. I don't trade demo. That's for really? Let me guess. You don't have a fucking practice pad? You're fucking Neil Peart, okay? You think Neil Peart didn't do fucking paradiddles and fucking drum rolls till his fucking wrists fell off? Are you fucking nuts? You think a guy can do a fucking snare solo with the butt ends of his stick? You think that Bruford? You think the drummers don't have a routine? Don't have a something they're really good at? Like some drummers realize they cannot shred. They cannot play a drum roll. So what do? Maybe they play jazz music, whatever that is, right? Maybe swing jazz, right? Are you a swing trader? What is your rhythm? This guy is like the whitest guy I've ever met, too. I don't think he has any rhythm. Like, if you had to dance with this, if you were gay and you had to dance with this guy, you'd be like, holy fuck. This is like Baby Don't Hurt Me from fucking Saturday Night Live. Belly bucking. So, my only way to vent is this fucking, because the guy's like, hey, can you, I was like, what the fuck? So, and this is a guy that's watched, this is that one person in the audience, right? See me, you're famous on stage. Some guy will follow you backstage. Hey, can you show me how to play the guitar lick? Like, that's going to help them? Dude, you got a psycho girlfriend. You've got, your whole life's fucked up, right? This is fucked up. That, like, you got, your plate's full. Is it? They used to tell me when I was a kid, your plate's full. That was the old line, right? Son, your plate's full. Yeah, no shit. So now I'm easily overwhelmed. I figured this out. So this is why I had to take my trading down to just selecting one problem at a time, please. Right? Give me one problem at a time, right? So I tell my girlfriend, bring me one problem at a time. I don't need to know the world is falling apart, right? So he says, now this is from the desk of Kelvin number 2. Now this is the opposite problem, right? I never thought it would be like this, right? But now I have sympathy for Achilles Stokes and the kind of people that come to trading thinking, well, this is going to solve all my problems. I'll just make money. Life will be grand. No, you're still out of your fucking mind. Okay. It can't fix psychosis. Trading money, well, unless you buy a therapist, right? But then you're going to tell your therapist, fuck what you could, like, it's like buying a diet coach and then just eating fucking M&Ms all day long. What the fuck do you just do? Well, I'm paying for the coach. I've accepted the risk up front. So it's funny because how to read how to read Mein Kampf and think you should fucking go out and kill people. You read Mein Kampf to go, what the fuck was this guy thinking? Like I kind of had this problem. I had a stepson who was into Mein Kampf, right? So he wants to go down to the Holocaust Memorial Center, right? Where there's just a bunch of fucking, there's a guy that's actually going to speak at the end of the fucking tour. He's got a goddamn fucking tattoo of a number on his arm. And the motherfucker was in like, Bilderberger. He was in Dachau or some fucking brutal, thing, and they made him eat turnip soup. He told the story at the end of the tour of the Holocaust Memorial. The guy's breaking down his normal day of fucking life. He's eating turnip soup, and I just thought, I never heard of that. Is that? And so, the kid wanted to show up. The kid had carved. He read Mein Kampf. My stepson, kind of stepson. We had to kill him later. So he puts tattoos on. He has swastikas carved into his fucking arm. He didn't go for the tattoo. I guess tattoo guys probably wouldn't opt for it. He couldn't afford a tattoo, so he just got a razor blade. And he's got himself all carved up. Plus, he had the nice, beautiful Iron Cross or the symmetrical German cross around his neck. And he just kept saying, oh, that's actually just he kept on justifying by saying, well, you don't understand. That's actually, if you go and look in the historical books, that's actually that's just a Christian symbol or some, I said, but dude, you're going down to the black part of town and you're going to yell nigger, is what you're saying to me. Oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do because I have free speech. Right? Well, that's wonderful, right? So, but the problem is he's coming along with us and he's coming along with his grandfather and my girlfriend. And so, wife-ish girlfriend. So we're like, dude, you cannot go like that. What do you mean? I just have just as much. So you're dealing with that fucking mentality in the trading world, right? So you take that kind of setup, talk about a setup, right? But it's great because it gives me a chance to vent, which I love to vent, and it gives me a chance to address the misconceptions of what my channel is about. My channel is about trading simple. So also my channel is about diversification, spreading your risk, right, over an area with small orders. Because this guy's already said, well, I'm in a 3K without a stop. I'm like, why are you in one ticket at 3K? Not to mention the guy got in a cluster really tight. He didn't spread his orders out enough. So all this stuff's coming back to haunt me. And the guys in this chat room, we kind of invited him in. He's not an adult, but I'm always up for helping somebody. Like, I just think a lot of people just get what I'm trying to fucking say, conceptually speaking. When you go down to implementation, right, the fact that you made a market call doesn't mean fucking shit. Because if you're in really small, then what the fuck was the risk? Oh, I risked $40 in that trade. Great. Bring me the guy that's in with a $4 million stop. Let me talk to the trader is he white knuckled? Does he have like finger marks built into his desktop because he's so fucking freaked out? He's fucking, oh, dude, I got to peel my nails out of the fucking desk. Thank God we're out of that trade. So how are you processing that? And what is it doing to your health, right? What is it doing to your bank account, for God's sakes? Your financial health is the same as your physical health because if you for some reason buy a dirt bike you don't know how to ride and you smash yourself up, you can afford to repair yourself because you're like, you're the guy that owns Virgin Airlines, right? You're so rich, you're like, well, I don't give a fuck. The fuck. But isn't it funny to watch somebody like Howard Hughes come unwrapped, being as rich as he was and just kind of becoming this introverted right in the beginning because he's an engineer. So but looking at him just die by himself in a psychopathic loop in his head. But is that what life's about? Did he give? He gave plenty, right? So he gave. This is we used to say after a show. We gave. So I'm giving out this stuff, my ideas. I'm putting my ideas out there. So Howard Hughes has all of these ideas that he's really thought about. He's so focused on that. And then, so he makes money from it. But then he's like, well, the hunt's kind of over for him, right? He built all these airplanes and all this shit. Now he's just sitting there with a bunch of money. He's like, holy fuck, what's to chew on, right? You need something to chew on. So maybe the market's something to chew on for this guy. I don't know. It's grist for the mill, right? It's something to do. You're bored. You got some money to blow. But I also think that when the guy says to me he wants to make 50 grand a year, is it worth learning how to trade? And I'm like, are you on demo? No, fuck demo. Okay, well, you're angry. That's not a good strategy, right? I'm angry, but I'm not in denial. I've learned to be pissed off. I mean, I create I mean, I just kind of have to accept who I am, right? That I'm just irritated beyond belief every moment. I think I'm irritated because the more you know, the more you are irritated by that you know about. So here comes this guy. Now, he's been in this chat room for probably like a month or something now. So if I say, and this is why I don't want anybody to piggyback my trade because they probably can't handle the punishment that I can handle on a swing trade. And so I tell people, yeah, just get a scalp account, get a swing trade account. So I get into the swing trade because I really like the 200 pips without having to trade very big, right? Now, this is a big problem. If you trade too big, right, if you trade too big, then you're going to blow up the account before you realize the gloriousness of swing trading, right? And since I can't babysit, like if I could scalp, all right, if I decide to go into scalp mode, I'm like, okay, let's scalp. But once you get your account built up, you can be in a trade for 4 hours. Like that, maybe that's a swing trade for somebody. Maybe that's a scalp for somebody. The concept of a scalp is that you're taking your profits very close to the market, or very, it's like, what's the difference, right? Well, typically a scalper is trading bigger. So he's making the same amount of money per week the swing trader's making, just trading bigger. He's just trading bigger for that 5 minutes. He only needs to be in the market for 15 minutes, where the swing trader needs to be in there to make $300. He needs to be in there for the whole week, right? So if I'm trying to make $3,000 on a swing trade, then it's going to take me maybe 5 days, maybe actually add to a loser, right? And I talk about I talk about scaling in and scaling out. That's all I'm talking about, right? This guy here will not accept the dollar risk. He will not talk dollars. So I ask him continually, how much dollars are you risking today? Then he wants to break it down. Then I ask him, how big a position are you in? So I can psychologically tell where he's at mentally. Because he says, oh, well, this is what he says, I'm in 2 3Ks. I'm in a 2K. I mean, like, dude, you got to add that shit up. You're in a position that's 57K. No, I'm not. I'm not in 57K. I'm in a 3K. I'm in a 2K. Now, what does that say about somebody's fucking mindset? No, I'm not. I don't have 20 girlfriends. I've got Jane. I've got Barb. I got this guy that's kind of feminine. And I mean, are you fucking kidding me, right? But this is where the mind goes when it wants to deny the risk and look at only the rewards. And trading is the one thing that kind of unravels your psyche of how you view the fucking world. It's the first time you're confronted with reality of like an environment you can't manipulate and control. So this guy's very manipulative and very, he's very passive aggressive. So here comes now I have not charged this guy any money. This is why I don't charge, and this is why I see other people charging, is because they have to deal with this insanity, right? So it's like when you go to the shrink and the person comes in there and they weigh 500 fucking pounds and they're eating a Twinkie in front of you and they're saying shit like, yeah, I don't know, doc, can you help me? I'm like, you could put down the Twinkie. They're like, oh, I can't do that. It's comfort food. No, gotta have my blankie. Okay, well, you're fucked. Now, if I'm a shrink and you're paying me you got to pay me to listen to you fucking be completely moron. I guess this is what it's about, right? This is why shrinks charge. It's not because they went to school to listen to somebody's problems. They're just like, I can't fucking take this. You got to pay me. Like, what the fuck? So that's what I'm saying. I don't charge people, but I see why people do. But I'm putting my stuff out there to say here, like, think about it. When you're getting stopped out, maybe you should be getting limited in. Maybe you should think about the other side of this. I'm also presupposing this motherfucker knows how to trade, but like I say, what refuses to trade a demo. So here's what he says. Every projection I made came to light. Now this is almost a Jesus moment. I'd love to just pick apart people's fucking language. Like came to light, like the skies opened up, the angels sang, and then he says, so yeah, I'm retarded. Yeah, right. Well, no, he's being retarded because everything's LOL with him. Everything's a fucking joke. I don't know what he's talking about. He says, no one here has been nice at all. Why am I getting scolded for being right? Because you're not even telling us. You're like the guy you're like the Calvin going, look, I made the call. I'm like, okay, so where was your stop on that trade again? It's complete bullshit, what he's saying. I mean, instead of questioning you and insulting, he's talking to me now. Instead of questioning you, question me. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. If you tell me, I forgot to ask you that the gas gauge is broken in the car, like I ran out of gas. Yeah, I forgot to tell you. You should have asked me, why is the gas gauge on 0 when I get in the car? Hey, gas gauge is broken. You better, or no, it's a real gas. The gas gauge is working. It really isn't empty. Why don't you ask before you borrow my car, right? So he says, so I mean, instead of questioning you and insulting you, it's not, you insult me all day. You're already now you are going to insult me. I listened to your trade idea. Okay, it's an idea, fucker. I didn't tell you to risk your whole account. So the guy blows up his account, right? Going long on the yen, and you were like, this is trading. You need courage. Yeah, you need courage. Yes, you do need to grow some testicles, dude. And you also have to do the math. I've told this guy a million fucking times. What are you risking? Give me a dollar amount. So laugh out loud, right? So everything's laugh out loud with this fucker. This is trading. You need courage. Laugh out loud. So I was like, is he doing everything he told me not to do? Dude, you've only got fucking $300 in your account. You want to build your account? You're going to have to hustle. You can't afford a swing trade. Think about it. I mean, did you do the fucking math on that fucking yen going down 200 pips? Did you build into that position? Did you swing trade that? Okay, if you didn't, well, of course you can't fucking trade that. You're not what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Hey, see, now I know he watches my videos, but low IQ. It's got to be low IQ or he's passive aggressive beyond the fucking pale, right? He's pegged the meter. The fucking needle's wrapped around the peg like a fucking, it's hugging it like a child hugging onto its last piece of food. So he says, he must know something I don't know. Yeah, I know I can afford the trade. This guy will not talk about money to save his life. He will not think about, he wants to make 50 grand a year. Don't forget, he doesn't want to learn how to trade unless he can make 50 grand a year. Why invest all that time into learning how to endure? How do you endure some relationship with some fucking, say you work at a place, right? And your boss is out of his fucking mind. And you're like, Jesus Christ, I work here? What the fuck? Okay, so you have to compartmentalize that somehow. You have to somehow make it okay that you're sucking this guy's dick, right? When he doesn't know what he's doing himself, right? You could do what he does, but he just happens to have those letters after his name or whatever it might be, right? So that frustration of life doesn't go away because you're making money trading. Now you're actually going to experience it real time, tick by tick. All the fucking terror, Mark Douglas would tell you, all the bad shit that's ever happened in your life is going to come into your fucking head when you're in a losing trade, right? What you perceive as a losing trade based on the amount of money that you're losing. So if you're losing $1 million, is that different than losing $100? Well, to your subconscious, supposedly it's not. But to your reptilian, I'm going to fucking fight or flight, and you're shitting your pants and you're wearing Depends while trading and you're making money, that matters, right? That always matters, right? And so how long are you going to endure this pain before you get paid? Right? It's like trading is worse than having a bad boss. It's like showing up for work and having to give the boss $20. Can I work here today? So I can get 40 back at the end of the day. Think about that job, right? Get your brain around that kind of. So this guy's he's got a day job. He makes X amount a day. He hates his job, right? So he hates life. He hates his job. Like I've always loved my job, even if I had I had this job where I had to cut onions in a Greek restaurant, and I was crying. I didn't know why. I never really sat down and cut that many onions up, but I couldn't figure out what the fuck is there? Does the health department know about this teary eye shit? And the guy was showing me how not to lose a finger. So I thought that was my first lesson in knife cutlery was don't curl your hand around the edge of the blade. Keep your hands flat as you cut the onion. So I thought that was my dad didn't even tell me that. Like my mom wouldn't even tell me that's but I learned something at this, it was making $2.25 an hour. So I'm cutting up I'm prepping these onions and I'm thinking, holy shit, I think it lasted 3 days there. I swept the floor. I thought, well, God, man, these people you got to get customers that aren't so fucking piggish because this floor is fucking trash. So I thought that I had a checklist for the guy, just like this guy I had a checklist. Hey, you should have told me about the fucking customers with the fucking muddy shoes. You should have told me about the fucking onion tears. So he said, and I can't type back to this guy because they're just going to come on Wraps. So I have to do this podcast about it. So So yeah, you need courage, right? You need balls. You need everything. You might need. I always tell people the last videos I've done, make sure you've got enough money in the account for this strategy, right? This is always the checklist. You have enough money in the fucking account. The last thing before you get out of your fucking Learjet that you just bought because you made so much money trading with Forex, Forex whatever. That there's enough fuel in the fucking Learjet because in Flight Simulator, which I did run, it has the World Trade Center in it, and I was in there, Flight Simulator, and Learjet, what a squirrely motherfucker that is. When you run out of fuel in that thing, good luck gliding, right? The Learjet's based on fucking thrust, right? This motherfucker's a missile. There's no wings on this bitch, right? So that's critical. Like, I mean, how is this? But this is a typical thing. A person comes into trading, they see all the bling, they're like, oh, I can make all that money. But first you've got to make $10, right? First, you've got to make $20 and go, okay, and just realize what is your time frame you're on? Do you have a day job? If you have a day job, you kind of have to be a swing trader nearly. You can put scalp banks in there, but they cash out. You could have reloaded. Now, the trick is and somebody asked me this morning in the chat window, the trick is to lay scalp banks into the swing trades. So their scalps are already pre-built in. Everything's preloaded, right? The market goes down, spikes down, it takes out the spike orders, but the big high-risk swing trades are left behind, right? That's the ultimate building a position, the ultimate way to weave into the market. Let the market weave you in, right? The market weaves through your orders. Stops, limits, whatever have you. And market orders, if you happen to be there and you're like, oh, it's fucking great trade, man. I'll just keep buying at the market. Like, holy shit, I was right. Like, so if you really think you're right and you see the stop hunt, see the market move away from the stop hunt and you want to go in that direction, right? Then you load up in the market, maybe a couple more ticks, but you have to stay within your realm of your margin uses for the day. I guess is the discipline part of trading they talk about, right? So if you're lacking in any area of trading, you're gonna say, well, I could have made more money if I would have put in a slightly deeper order, or I wouldn't have got in so heavy, or I wouldn't have got in with such wide stops, and so here we go through the classic fear of losing with this guy. Now, he says, and plus blaming me for his fucking trading, right? Classic, right? This is why people charge. I can see it now. Of course, it never really came up because I haven't had my channel long enough to experience the fuck nuttery of this kind of situation. And trying to actually, the guy hasn't, he's probably like 14-year-old. He thinks like a 14-year-old. I don't know if anybody dealt with a 14-year-old. They're kind of worried about range of the moment living. Like, okay, like, so what's in front of me? I mean, so I don't, I can't, it's hard to say, right? So he says, okay, so do everything. I know he must know something I know. Listening to you. Now this is funny. This guy, this pure manipulation, right? They talk about manipulate the markets, but people are manipulating their brain to think that the market is out to get them and out to this. So he says, listening to you, I got my account in a huge drawdown. Listening to me, dude, I never told you where to get in. I never told you how big to get in. I never told you to trade with only $300 in your account, trying to make wherever your target was, whatever your stop was. You must have done the math on this, right? I'm thinking he must have done the math. Well, maybe not, right? So he blaming me for his bad math and took a huge drawdown. And then I blew it up by not hedging it correctly. Dude, hedges are fucking mental masturbation. You putting on a hedge, right? Well, when you get out of the fucking other side of the hedge, this is like so the market's going down and you sell. Now you're short and you're long. All you did was why don't you just take off a position? What is the difference between you taking off a loser? Say you're in 28 tickets, and instead of putting on a hedge, you just take off 2 fucking tickets. Guess what? You just went long. I mean, you just went short, fucker, because you stopped going long. Like, how in the fuck? But see, the hedge is like this. Well, I just put on a hedge then, but you're still losing. And you put on. Why don't you just take? It's less. It's more margin, and it may not be more margin, but it's you're gonna have to buy the spread over. You're gonna sell the spread now. Now your timing's that good that you're going to put it. When are you gonna put the hedge on? That's another trade, dude. That's another trade. Are you fucking nuts? Oh, now you're gonna go the other way. Oh, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I'm gonna go the double up and go with the way. Oh, now you're trapped in that thing. Now it comes back up. Well, if you didn't do the fucking ratios on all your tickets just right, you're gonna get screwed. Right? You might have an 80% win rate and you blew up the account. That's possible. People don't understand that. I guess he doesn't understand that. I can be right 80% of the time, blow up your account. Yeah, because your stops are so fucking wide. The day you're wrong, bye-bye. So he says, I got my and then I blew it up by not hedging. I'm not here talking shit whatsoever, whatever that means. So why is it when I predict the market fucking flawlessly, I might add, right? I mean, what the fuck? Is this guy Kelvin's brother? He might add, but he still has not talked about where his stops are on this trade. I am being scolded for calling and being called names. It's absolute hypocrisy. But I don't care. I'm just saying, what the fuck? I'm correct about everything I'm saying. I was wrong. If I was wrong, would I be typing this? Dude, it's not a trade unless you put money on the table. You can make a call, and you didn't even do a fucking demo mind trade. Like, I put a stop here, I got in big there, I got it. Where'd you get in? Where'd you get out? How many tickets? One ticket? Oh, I made a call on a market move. Great. Where did you get in? Well, don't worry about that. See, it's going up. What the fuck? Are you kidding me? So EJ went down 40 pips and GA went down as well. And the yen went up. Look at that. I was fucking right. I predicted 3 pairs in 5 minutes off the 5-minute chart. Nothing else. Woohoo. So are you a scalper? Are you still in the trade? Did you take the 40 pips and run? Are you sitting there like flipping bills in your lap and ordering Mai Tais? What the fuck? I'm looking for help to make some scripts. Okay, listen, dude, you can't even fucking trade. He doesn't want to trade. I was asking for last week. Dude, I'm not a fucking script service. I would help you if you even give a fuck about your own life. I would help you, but you don't. You don't give a fuck. You don't want to trade. You don't even want to deal with the risk of trading. So why are you asking me to? The scripts are there. God, I've posted more scripts than Jesus, I think. I know Jesus wasn't writing scripts at the time, but Jesus Christ, I mean, come on, take a look at the fucking, I mean, how many links, we talk about trading all the time. Besides, just trade manually then. Fuck the scripts. You should be a manual trade. I made so much money manual trading because the scripts were written in one case. So I loaded up. That's how I made fucking all that money on that account. I just bought standard lots. I go, here we go, going up. Okay. You can see the trade, seen it a million times, seen a retracement, seen a trend breakout. See what, you put the trade on and learn what it feels like to be in a win or a loss. Winning is as awkward as losing. If those numbers are bigger than anything you've ever seen in your fucking life, that's going to be a psychological burden for you. You need some kind of mental framework to deal with winning and losing large amounts of money. So as you have to, or whatever that is to you, whatever is money, right? Winning. Who wants to lose money? Put your hand up, right? So, I'm looking for help in some scripts. Like, he never asked for a script. He had already written a script. He showed it to me. It's called the Bazooka script. It told you it's 5 Ks to make 5 pips with a 40 pip stop. I don't know how to edit them, to change them. I already described in my videos how to fucking edit them and change the spacing. What the fuck? You can't open the script and read the goddamn code? It says spacing in there. The word spacing, is it different in the code? I mean, if you're that dumb, I guess you shouldn't be trading scripts. Just go trade just go trade manually, right? And take profits for each order in the script. Would really appreciate cooperation with my strat so I can get the drops right. What? I thought you just made market calls. What do you need scripts for, dude? I still can't execute my strategy because I don't have the scripts. Oh, well, that's your classic. I've met these people a million times a Tuesday. I just can't trade on a broker. Well, get a fucking broker. I just can't. Well, it's like, well, how do I get the money in and out of the account? This is the same guy that's like, well, what do I do when I make $1 million? Do I have to pay tax? First, make $1 million. First, make $1 million, then worry about all the hookers you're going to hire, right? He says, I'm buying every pair this morning. Limit orders, OBV, whatever that means. I don't understand that. This is what he says. Next comment right out of his mouth. Like, I'm buying every pair this morning. This is complete ridiculous bullshit. Just trolling me. Trolling me with stupidity and nonsense. That's what this guy is at, where he's at mentally. So I said, hey, Dalton, are you trying to make pips, right? Are you trying to make pips or money, right? And so he says here, he answers me, never put, so I said he put on a 5K without a stop. Dude, he put on fucking 50K without a stop. He says, he talks about 8 tickets. So he's talking about that. Then I said, well, the market went down. How much money do you make? He says, well, I don't have the scripts I need. I've been asking for a week again. I've been asking for a week. How do I edit them? Those were last night. Now, the motherfucker doesn't have a microphone. He gets a microphone. I can't hear it. He fucking doesn't spell out what he's asking for. And so I say, well, I saw the bazooka trade. He says, I made like $20, which has been deleted for 2 weeks or something like that. I mean, nothing you're saying is accurate. Okay. Okay, so he pulled his stops. He put in trades without stops. I say always trade with stops. So he pulled his stops on all his trades. Then he says, he says he never lost a dime. I love these. Where do these guys come from? So if this guy's such a genius, why does he need me? I don't get it. I made money on those trades. Even still, yeah, laugh out loud. I made money on that. How much did you make last trade? Minus $1.60, laugh out loud. You realize I'm trading a $50 account? Yeah, because you fucking blew up the $400 account. The most I'm going to make is a few bucks on a trade. Well, then why don't you trade the demo? This is what I'm going to tell him over and over. I say, why do you blame me for your trading size? He goes, I haven't blamed you whatsoever. I said I listened. You never listened to the size part. The whole thing is size matters. I did a whole thing on risk and size, and Jesus Christ, man. That would be blaming myself, right? Of course, blame yourself. So I'm not sure why you are I'm typing in caps, I'm so pissed. Why are you capsing me right now? Laugh out loud. I said, find a safe space. I am safe. Laugh out loud. Like, laugh out loud. If you want me to help you, laughing out loud is not helping, right? So, I need help editing the scripts. I was to have a certain script. So this is a classic thing. I need a certain indicator. I can't trade unless I got the certain script. I can't figure out how to make it right. I said, are you on a demo? Hell no. I'm sure I have repeated this fact a bazillion times and will never be on demo. He'll never be on demo. Why? I don't need a demo. I need to know how to place the scripts and space them. This is like a retarded child. I think this is Kelvin. I talked to this guy really in person on the Skype phone, but I think this could be Kelvin. I said, you have the scripts. Trade one click on demo. He goes, I'm trying to change the spacing and the orders so they are even all the way down. Dude, you don't have enough money to trade all the way down. You can't even swing trade. I said, learn how to execute. I can't execute without the scripts. Laugh out loud. Dude, I've been asking for 2 weeks. I need a specific script made, and I need to understand how to change one script. What is the trade? Tell me the trade, stop loss, market, or order. What's the ratio? So I ask him, what's the ratio? Here's his trade. Now, hope you're sitting down if you're a risk taker, or if you're not a risk taker. He says, I limit order so I can drag and drop. I want to do I want to buy a 9K, right? He wants to buy 9K that lasts 4 hours. The top 2 orders, I want a 50 pip stop with a 2 pip take profit. Now, can anybody fucking figure out why he would want that? He's afraid of getting stopped out, right? He's afraid of missing out. I'm afraid of missing out script. I put in a 50 pip stop to make 2 pips. Wow. Fucking unbelievable, right? So who hasn't got that idea? Well, you know what? I'll just try to make 2 pips with a fucking outlandish stop. Now, he doesn't speak of when he's going to place this order. It's 4 hours. He's exposing himself to 4 hours to this ridiculous ratio. 2 tickets. 2 out of 9 or 10, right? So he says, the next 2 orders, I want a 40 pip stop with a 5 pip take profit. Can anybody do the math on that? Now, mind you, the spread may be 1 pip. You made 1 pip. What's a 2 pip take profit? You made 1 pip, risking 50. 51 pips to make 1 pip. Fantastic strategy. Wow, why didn't I think of that? The next 6 orders, I want a 30 pip stop to make 15. So I want worse than break even on the rest of the bank. Can anybody see a problem with this trade plan? I mean, take profit, 15 pips, right? He wants a 30 pip stop with a 15 pip take profit. 2 orders have 2 pip take profits. 2 have a 5. The other 6 have 15. I'm sorry, or sorry, 5 orders, not 6, total of 9. I said, well, the limit grids only have 1 stop. You can only have a limit grid drop, a precision drop off of your cursor tip, and a limit grid form only has 1 stop. There is no, you'd have to have a double click thing to create. And I asked him how deep that has to be, right? So if he really cared, I don't think he cares. He just wants to fuck with people. He's just a sociopath. There's a lot of them. So, he's a passive aggressive, borderline personality. What do they call him? So he says, I've noted the first 2 get tagged and go up 2 pips, and the rest of my banks get filled. So I have to lay down separate scripts. Fuck. I knew it wasn't gonna be able to do it, so I just have to make separate ones. Why don't you just hand drop it? How hard is hard drop 10 orders? I said, hard coded, you have to have he says 5. I said, well, he's on a 5-minute chart too. He's on a 5-minute chart, real genius, right? For swing trading, whatever he's doing. 50 pip stop, 5-minute chart. You can't even see your stop on can you even see your stop on a chart like that? He says, so I said, you need to trade money, not pips. He goes, I'm on a live account. I'm like, well, dude, you got to be on the demo. And so I'm trading money. You need to know the pips to make the script. Yeah, but you're trying to make 20 cents by risking $5. So what is your risk today? I ask him, what is your risk today? And he says, well, it'd be 20 cents for the next 2 and 50 cents, but he doesn't give me a total number. It's $10, right? $10 a minute he's risking. He has a $50 account. He's risking $10 a minute. Laugh out loud. Dude, I don't have time for this shit. Laugh out loud. If you really want me to help you, I wouldn't show you how to edit a script to save my life at this point, because what the fuck is the point? It wouldn't help this guy one bit. He doesn't want to trade demo. He doesn't want to rehearse. He doesn't want to be a drummer that plays good drum. He doesn't want to be Neil Peart in the Forex market. So, So why is it, laugh out loud, I ask him, trade the demo? He says, because you're saying my ratios suck. And I think it's funny. Yeah. I put on a 5-minute chart going both ways. Okay, really fear of missing out has really kicked in for this guy. So my ratios are going to suck. That's part of the strategy. Holy fuck me with a goddamn dry barbed wire fence, right? They don't suck, I ask him. It's not about the ratio. It's about the money, he says. Now, this is just insanity meeting insanity that I couldn't fucking take, so I had to do this podcast. Really? You are right on every trade. So you have to be right on every trade if your ratios suck, right? He goes, that doesn't matter. I'm accepting the risk. Okay, so here's a person who's totally missed the point of accepting the risk, right? I mean, accepting the risk that would fit into your lifestyle that will not cause you divorce or having to, suck dick for a living or something. So here he says, well, I said, well, you must be kidding, right? I said, what do you think? What do you think? You are kidding, right? Put it this way. I know when to get out if I'm wrong. Now, this is the classic mental stop. Everybody trade with a mental stop? It's mental. Because this guy wouldn't get out. Or he would have got out of this trade that I supposedly tricked him into. Why didn't he get out of that trade? Because I'm doing what you said. I'm doing what you're washing the car. Dude, you're using steel wool. Well, yeah, but isn't it getting clean? What the fuck? Non-contextual thing. How does this guy even get out of bed in the morning? How does he maintain to have his job wherever he works? Like, what are they? Oh, well, this guy. Well, that's what he does. That's just what we're paying him. Well, otherwise he's going to go to. He's going to go to what is it? You go if they fuck with you. You go to, the shrink that works at the public relations manager, whatever the employment relations manager. Report him for mental harassment. Right? You're fucking with my. You're making fun of my low IQ. What the fuck? Right? So put it this way: if I'm wrong, I know what to do. Right? Because he's that good. So I said, okay, then with that logic, let's put $1,000 in your account to make $200. Problem solved. We're done with this fucker. I can kick him out of the trading room finally, right? He says, I would never trade like that. Laugh out loud. By diversifying my order bank into a large area, I'm already minimizing risk. Okay, that's a conceptual. I can get my brain around conceptual thoughts. Yeah. But, dude, I thought you want to make $50,000 a year. So you have to always come back to this goal of $50,000 a year. This pipe dream, this thing that he doesn't think is possible. He's going to make sure it's impossible. So he makes sure it's impossible by all his bad trading. So he says, he's a large area, right? He's only got $50 in the account, mind you, and he refuses to trade demo and test this theory out to see how fucking ridiculous it is, right? He goes, are you thinking about trading? He goes, you think trading is about making a market call in a direction. It is not making market calls. If I say that the stock market's going to crash, am I short with a tight stop? Did I hedge it before the trade started? You have to put the hedge on before you fuck up the trade, okay? Then you can pull off a leg and go, okay, I guess I was wrong about that. That's what I call a hedge. You don't put a hedge on when the market's fucking roaring in one direction. You fucked up. It's too late to put on the hedge, bitch. You should have thought about that before the bitch left the station. Like, you should have had a prenuptial before you married this psycho babe, right? That's what a hedge is. A prenuptial, right? Look up prenup if you're too, you have never been married, right? So Hollywood people do that, right? They got a bunch of fucking money. You think they want to risk their whole fucking account on some fucking spazzarella from hell? Some crackhead. How about this shoplifting chick, this hotter than fuck a brunette that was shoplifting? Who wants to be her fucking, her arm candy, her fucking whatever? Who wants to be with this bitch? So he says, I never said that I knew that about the market making a call. I said I'm going both ways on the 5-minute chart, so you can't be wrong. Love it. With large order banks on limits. Okay, so this is the beauty. Not only is he never going to be wrong because he's going to go both ways. It's mind-boggling. But he's going to put on bad ratios because you know what? I mean, come on. He knows when to get out of a trade. How do you know to get out of a trade when you got a clusterfuck of buy and sell limits above and below you with $50 in your account and you refuse to trade demo to test this theory? I always come back to refuse to trade demo, refuse to practice scales, but you want to be. I'll never forget my buddy. When I was playing guitar, and then I was playing lead guitar. Well, you first have to play guitar. So my buddy, the tequila guy, goes, "I want to play lead guitar." I go, "Well, can you play guitar?" "No, but I want to be the lead guitarist." "Oh, okay. Well, do you know where the beat's at?" "No, what's the beat?" "Well, that'd be the rhythm of the market, right? That'd be the rhythm of the market, the rhythm of the song. What is this in 4/4 time? Is this are we 8th notes or 16th notes?" So if you're on the 5-minute chart, you're trading 32nd notes, right? You're like you're playing inside an octave, say, right? So if you think about like a piano has 88 keys, so you have 8 octaves, you're just playing like a little section of the keyboard, but you can play that melody there, right? So you can play that fractal, you can play that melody. Can you play that melody across the whole keyboard? Yeah, if you can reach. If you're 2 years old, maybe not so much, right? So you have to grow arms that you can reach out and do that chord at a higher frequency. Same pattern, same chord, same chord, same pattern. Right? That's the harmonic. You have thirds, you have fifths, you have all this shit. You have the stuff that you know is to make a chord. It can't be every chromatic note, right? You can't linear have a chord because you can't have every fucking half step. It just sounds like you sat on the piano, right? So you have to realize that too. So he says, he goes, I only need $60 in my account to do this. Now, mind you, he's got 50 in the account. So what he's saying is that I know I'm going to blow up this account too, because I only need X in the account to do this thing, right? Which is just very funny, right? If you think about it. So, of course, this is presupposing you can think. And this is what this is where it ends up is, can you think? Does this guy have any brains, right? Or is he so blinded by, I want to make money so bad because I want to live that lifestyle. I want to have all that bling and all those hookers. Or is he being realistic? I only have I only need $60 in my account for this harebrained fucking notion of all these giant limits that he's never done the math on. He'll blow up the fucking account again. Guaranteed, right? So he's your classic trader, newbie thinking about everything, right? I said, why don't you trade on a demo? And so why are you not trading a demo? I mean, having 6 orders open isn't a big deal. You're making this shit so hard to even think about. Laugh out loud. Yeah, because you have to think about it. He doesn't want to think, right? You're making it so hard to think about. Ouch. It hurt me brain. I got to think about this trade, like how much I'm risking and shit. What the fuck? What kind of crazy shit is this? So I said to him, well, are you a good trader? He goes, dude, I'm obviously doing something right. If you're getting mad and can't understand what the fuck I'm doing, huh? So he's a good trader because I'm getting mad at him because I don't understand what the fuck you're doing. Like, goddamn. He goes, why are you going against me? If you could help me tune this out, you would see what the fuck I'm doing. He's not said anything he's doing to this point. I tell him, go make a video. At one point, I tell him, dude, make a video. Show us what you're such an amazing trader. You and Calvin should get together and start a fund. He goes, so I asked him, why are you so lazy? He goes, you're lazy. I asked you last week, what are you doing? And you said, and what are you doing? And you said, oh, I'm lazy. Dude, this is like Donald Trump being accused for, go look at ask the Russians. Dude, you ever heard of hyperbole? Of course I'm lazy. That's why I'm a trader, you fucknut. That's why I don't work as a longshoreman dragging shit out of a pipe. I don't even have the physique for it, dude. I've been in the art world ever since I was a kid. I've been an art, like I just became a commercial artist, a 3D art, and a commercial artist for years. And then I got into trading and I said, well, okay, I think I can do this trading thing, right? I have to be able to gauge the market, gauge it with these scripts, right? Gauge it so I can see what is the trade here, right? So he says, I said, did you rehearse on Strategy Testers? I told this guy, go to Strategy Tester, rehearse the fucking thing, right? He goes, I opened that up on Saturday with you, market closed. I don't do that shit. So this is a guy who's defiantly, he opened it up on Saturday with you. Market was closed. Of course the market's closed, you dumb fuck. It's a goddamn Strategy Tester. Look it up on MT4 Strategy Tester. Do you have a Google? How does this guy make it to this chat room? You always have to ask yourself, when you meet a sociopath, when you meet a passive aggressive, I mean, if this guy was like, okay, listen, if this was some hot brunette, I would give her the chick break all day long. Like, honey, I know you're fucking out of your emotional basket case. Come with me. I can rescue you. Like, I could rescue a hot babe, but I can't rescue some dude that hasn't grown a fucking testicle since he was 13. since puberty hit the motherfucker, and now he's going to just unleash this whole tirade of, well, but you didn't show me where the brake pedal. Really? Like, okay, you've never driven a car before. Well, your car's a different brand car. Okay, so you can't think conceptually. You literally think like, but how can you blame the guy? Probably he's taught see and say method when he was a kid. Well, I know that word, but I don't know that word. I mean, let me sound it out. Like, sound it out, dude. You're like, sound out like, I lost money. How much money do I need to trade? So how much money do you need to make money? That's the quintessential question. How much money do you, if you're going to risk $50 a day to make $100 a day, right? Great. So do you have the $50? Do you have that trade plan all queued up and all, on deck? And have you rehearsed the trade? How do you rehearse the trade? If you don't just stare at a chart and mentally ask yourself, what would I do here? What would I do here? Every fucking bar, dude, every 4-hour bar, every hour bar, what would I do? What would I do? What would I do? Just keeps playing that little list fucking loop in your head. What would I do? If you need to have fucking a bunch of Fibonacci tools, you're in trouble, right? If you need that shit to trade, you're in fucking serious trouble. If you cannot look at the chart like a fucking 5-year-old and say, looks like it's going down, if you don't know which way it's going, on the time frame you're on, what are you going to do about that move? Are you going to sell and start riding it? Do you have what's your stop on that trade? Okay, maybe you're going to wait for it to stop going down and you're going to buy on the bounce. So either you're setting up to, this is like baseball, right? The guy hits the ball. Are you going to run out and catch it? Are you going to say, dude, look, fucking the guy just hit it out of the ballpark. Are you going to run after a ball that is so fucking launched? This guy would. I ran after the ball like you told me, and I tried to catch it, but the stadium was smaller than the fucking guy hit the ball really far, What the fuck? So you got to have a little bit of common sense. I know it's in short supply, right? I think we've all come to that conclusion. So a trade plan would involve you saying, well, what is my trade? Am I going to buy, if you're going to buy low, are you going to buy a stop, a limit, a market? How big are you going to buy? Are you going to build a position? Are you going to just buy one ticket a week and trade that? Fine. You don't need my help. Buy at the market, put a stop in, put a take profit, walk the fuck away. Can you make 50 grand a year trading like that? Not likely, right? I don't think you make $2 a day trading like that. So his dream, and last night he was going on this rant, his dream is to trade a standard lot. Dude, then trade it. Put the money in the account, do the math. Each ticket is going to cost me $2. I got a 20 pip stop on each ticket. Put 20 pip stops on everything you're trading to make 40. Risk $100 a day, make $200 a day. It's fucking just math. So, but to blame me because I can think in concepts and you fucking can only think in, okay, this is the problem with the education system. He's a product of education. I shouldn't blame the guy, okay? See and say method. How about he also has a problem where he thinks in percepts instead of concepts. He perceives the market to move this way, that way, but he can't think conceptually. What would it take to fucking involve myself in this trade with the quintessential clincher of how not to blow up my account? Or if you want to trade like that, add to the fucking account, dude. Put $10 in. See, now I would say to the guy, well, your account's at 50, put 10 more bucks and you'd be at 60. He'd say, laugh out loud. It's only because he asked me to help him that I'm beating the shit out of him here with his stupidity, his insults coming back at me, right? He's insulting me he's trying to drag me into his losing bad ratio insanity, right? We've all been through this. Can't you just show me something I can make money at, right? Can't you? What's the secret of trading, right? This kind of secret of trading thing. Well, the secret of trading is hard fucking math, just hard math. It goes, so I said, well, I know how to swing trade. He goes, who cares if I've rehearsed it enough? So this is what it really drills down to here. Who cares if he rehearsed this trading shit enough? He didn't rehearse shit. It's like my tequila buddy said to me the other day. He goes, can you show me how to play that song on guitar? Because I can sing just like fucking Glenn Campbell. I go, dude, can I record you and play it back for you? So before you torture your family and me, you can't even hardly speak. How can you sing? Like you can't even think about tomorrow. How could you possibly think that you could sing? So he says, He goes, he goes, you only know how to swing trade if you are still in those trades. But if they went way the fuck down, so I don't know, never told me years ago. He goes, you never told me years ago. Years ago? I don't even know. I just met this guy. Years ago, you were like, fuck swing traders. Fuck swing traders. Yeah, the swing traders that I see getting in on Gartley's, yeah, fuck these guys. What are you, nuts? I mean, what are you, nuts? I wouldn't swing trade like that. Yeah, from those signals. Right, of course. Fuck swing trades. Every time I say that, I'm not saying... the guy's selectively hearing shit too. In your videos and shit, you taught me not to swing trade. What the fuck are you talking about? I said this... I never said that. I said I'm a scalper. I'm a swing trader. I'm all these... Right? I mean... To get into your swing trade, I said you have to scalp around. You have to always be taking money off the table, which means you have to be a scalper. Okay? You scalp and you swing, right? You scalp and you swing. In other words, for you to afford that swing trade, you have to scalp too. I said you have to be multidimensional. The ultimate trader scalps, swings, intermediate. He trades breakouts. He trades stop hunts. He trades retracements. He trades tops. He trades bottoms. The ultimate trader can do a musician could play in any fucking band. Are you a real musician, or are you scripted so heavily out you can't fucking play anything but country music? Okay, you're fucked. You'll never survive the music business, right? Well, maybe you will, right? If you're the top fucking, but the market never rewards somebody for being a star trader. This is just money. You don't have a crowd, right? You don't have a... See, he thinks trading is a performance art that people are going to praise him for. See, I got the market call right. Look at it. Dude, that is the least of your problems. Your problem is, can you get in big enough in that trade to make your 50 grand a year? That's your problem. So he says, I said, who cares if you rehearsed enough? Your money cares. Your real money cares. He goes, exactly. My real money is going up. Well, then what the fuck are you talking to me about? He goes,